Yeah, I mean, obviously, Bowling Green's a good team. I think they're going to put themselves right in the mix. Conference play. We knew this was going to be a good test coming out. I thought the first half was definitely a defensive battle, back and forth, and I think both teams struggled to find any offensive momentum. Neither team shot the ball well in the first half, from the three-point line especially. I thought second, we made some adjustments at halftime. Talked about some things we wanted to focus on, but the biggest thing was us to get more aggressive to the basket and play through the paint. Thought we did that, and incrementally through the third quarter, early fourth quarter, I thought we just can continue to kind of stretch out the lead, and that we got up by 15 or 16, and then we kind of lost our minds for about 3 minutes and let them back into the game. So we'll learn from that. I think it's a really good game for film for us to learn from, but obviously really excited to get our first MAC win starting the year, and we know conference plays, just every single game is going to be tough. So we got another tough one coming up, but just glad to get this win. And these two played very well today, and excited to see that we had 5 in double figures. So our scoring was really spread out, almost 6. Maya was, I think, 1 point away from having a 6th player in double figures. So, and Megan, so we almost had 7 in double figures. So good, really good balance in our scoring.
Any questions for Steve Athletes?
Janae, in the 2 games that you played against Erica Porter, she has scored in single digits, nearly had as many turnovers as she has points. What do you think it is about you and the rest of your post players and your team in terms of bottling her up and also scoring in the offensive end against her?
I think we have to start doing our work early. I think in the first half we struggled a little bit, but once we started to do our work early, it just started to be a better defensive matchup for us.
And Jenna, going into this game, obviously being the first time being a senior in your first MAC game, how much easier was it knowing the expectations coming into this game, knowing what conference play is like?
Yeah, I guess it was a little bit easier, but MAC play is always challenging, and every game is a grind, so I wouldn't say it was that much easier, but nice knowing my 4th year and knowing what I'm doing, I guess.
And for the both of you, obviously, Coach always tells you your adjustments, but did the team say anything to each other in the huddle or internally going into the second half that really prompted sort of that offensive explosion?
Not really. I think we were focused more on defense, honestly, and that kind of led to our offense, but we didn't really say anything players-wise and specific to each other at halftime.
And for you, now that you guys had 12 players active again today, how big is that for the depth of this team, knowing that you guys have options when Janae's out, Riley can come in and vice versa?
Yeah, that's great, especially if it didn't happen today, but especially if anyone gets in foul trouble at any point, that's great knowing that we have depth there and we got people who can come in and get the job done.
And Janae, you have a couple of point guards that really like to feed you the ball, Gianna and specifically Megan. Can you talk about the 2 point guards and the impact that they have both had on the game in the season so far?
I think they're they make a huge impact on the team. They know the difference in their post players and how to feed them the ball and where they want it. So I think that's definitely beneficial.
All right, sweet. You made it.
Have fun.
All right. No, you didn't. You're good.
Questions, Coach?
Coach, specifically, you had Megan Murray in at the end of the game, ices the game really at the free throw line, makes all of her free throws, comes up with a big 3 in that second half. How has she been able to stay so poised in these type of games as a freshman?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, this is her first MAC game, so it's a learning curve. I thought she did a really good job of staying within herself. Okay, we've talked about that with her. Sometimes as a freshman, you get sped up, you get a little frantic out there, and I thought she did a really nice job of just staying within herself, not looking to do too much, not over penetrating, turning the ball over, anything like that. And then the free throws down the stretch were big. Obviously, they were trying to foul us. We went with more guards. They had a smaller lineup in, and so that was really the biggest part of why Megan was in the game, is that she can handle the basketball, and she's a good free throw shooter. But she stepped up when we needed her to, for sure.
Specifically, obviously, Lexi Fleming gets into double digits, but Velasco and Porter were both single-digit scorers today. How much of a focus were those two, and how were you able to keep both of them off the scoreboard?
Yeah, I mean, Lexi Fleming's been a thorn in my side for 4 or 5 years now. I mean, she plays with such great energy, and obviously she's great in those comeback situations. She can hit threes from anywhere and really pursues the ball all over the court. I thought we did a really good job for the most part the whole game on Porter. We didn't want to let her get going. I thought we made her catches tough, and I thought we did a good job of kind of scoring in the paint against her as well. Velasco, I mean, coming into this game, we talked about Amy Velasco maybe being one of the front runners for Conference Player of the Year. I mean, she's probably on a list of 3 or 4 players that coming into this game, you would say. And I thought we did a really good job with her of just kind of containing her, right? Not letting her get into a position where she was able to get downhill on us. I mean, she had a couple scores late where she got the and one and that type of thing. I thought we did a good job overall with the whole team of defending the three-point line, holding them to 6 for 26, and some of those threes that they got were late and when we were playing kind of out of our mind a little bit. So overall, the defensive effort, other than that one stretch in the early in the fourth quarter when they made their run, I thought was pretty good.
Coach, this is your first win against a Division I team this year when you shoot under 40% from the three-point line. How refreshing is it to see that your team kind of dominated in the paint in that second half?
Yeah, it was definitely a point of emphasis for us. We've noticed that as a trend, that when we're not shooting the ball well, sometimes we're struggling in all facets of the game. I think it's a great sign for us that we didn't shoot the ball particularly well from the three-point line, and we're still able to, get 44 points in the paint. That was huge for us. Or more than half of our points came from in the paint. So was really like that, and our ability to get to the free throw line. Obviously, we're one of the better free throw shooting teams in the country, and I thought we did a really good job of converting there down the stretch. It just puts a lot of pressure on other teams, especially when we have a lead. It's tough to foul us down the stretch because we're able to convert at that place as well. Some things to really grow from this game and get better. We're far from our best version of ourselves, which is also promising, and we'll look to see how the flow will continue to develop with as many healthy players back as we're probably going to have this year.
Bridget goes down in that third quarter, comes back in about 5 minutes later, right? Can you speak to her toughness?
Yeah, I mean, she just wants to play. I mean, she went off, got checked out. Everything was two thumbs up with that, and that's a player who's got a lot of experience and played in big games and has continually grown in her mental toughness and physical toughness. Her 4 years here, one of the best defensive rebounders in the country, and for her to come back in gave our team a boost for sure.
Last question I have, I asked you this in the post-game interview on the radio. Your expectations coming in for Buffalo, they're going to be highly motivated coming into that one and another tough opponent.
Yeah, I think for us, we just see that as another really tough team coming in here. Obviously, they've gotten into a rhythm and been able to win all their games at this point. I know they're playing Central today, so I don't know the outcome of that one, but that's a team they're kind of on a mission, right? They got to the championship last year, and I would have the same mentality if I was coaching in that same situation as well. So we know they're going to be a really good team, a tough opponent, and we'll get some rest and prepare for them for a few days, and should be a great game on national TV. I think CBS Sports Network flexed that game and picked it up, so it's a good sign for both of our programs that the TV networks want to pick that game up. So hopefully it'll be another great MAC game, and we'll work our hardest to come out with another win. All right, thanks. Go Flash.